Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be doing my makeup later in the video. This is the final look, but I'm going to be doing my makeup and just sharing stuff that I wish, like advice and tips on like making friends and like staying out of drama and just getting the best out of your high school so you can like, because I was literally applying to university like an hour ago, and this is just going to be stuff I wish I heard when I was in grade 9. Okay, so my face is pretty much primed, but I use these two products. But the first thing I would say is to pretty much just join as many things as you can, because honestly, you're just starting out high school. And this goes for university applications and also just like life experiences, because you're gonna look back and wish you did it anyways. So like, and I don't mean like peer pressure or anything, I just mean like as many clubs where, because you can meet new people. That's a great way to make new friends. Like the amount of people I met, or like the amount of people I met in like older grades just because I decided to join a club, and I'm like really introverted, so like I definitely look back on that experience and like appreciate me just joining a club. It's not just about the clubs too, it's also kind of about like the things you want to experience. Like if you want to try something new, grade 9 or like freshman year is literally the year to try that, because you have 3 more years before you can screw up. So you might as well screw up when you're in grade 9 and leave the rest of your years for learning from your mistakes. The second tip I would say, this academically, is use your resources. Like you have teachers there for a reason, so if you can ask, go and ask. Like it's better that you're not struggling with a class before it's too late. Like if you're struggling with something in the beginning of your grade 11 year, or like beginning of your grade 9 year, it's better to fix it like early and nip it in the bud versus fixing it like 2 years down the line. Like if you're struggling with math now, it's gonna get worse because it literally just builds on each other. So get help in grade 9 if you can. Like, okay, intermission, I cannot do my brows on camera, so I'm just gonna do that like really fast off camera. So I did my brows and I'm just doing a little bit of concealer under my eyes. But the next tip I would give that's kind of academic is try and put effort into your grades. I feel like you'll regret it if you don't try your best at least, because like putting in effort gives you options. So even if you decide you don't want to go to college, what if you decided early on in grade 9 and you're trying to go to college in grade 12 but you don't have a good GPA or you don't have good grades? So now we're gonna move on to more not academic tips. This will make your school life better type of tips. Their advice I think everyone can take. It kind of does vary a little bit on size of school, but I would say it's pretty like useful depending on the type of school you go to. First thing I would say on this is to not tell your business to everyone. And with this kind of comes smaller things. So the first thing that I would say kind of fits under this umbrella is accepting that not everyone's going to like you. Once you accept that, you can live your life freely. I'm not a people pleaser. Yeah, I'm not. So I would say that I do like people to like me. Like I don't like pissing people off, but I don't go out of my way to please people, if that makes sense. Like I just don't like when people are mad at me, but I'm not like a person who's necessarily like, oh, I'll do this for you, blah blah blah. Like I feel, no, if you don't like me, then I'll be sad, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to like make you like me. I'll be a nice human being because that's just human decency. But I don't like when people are mad at me. It gives me like, I don't know, anxiety. So my tip to that is once you get over that, you set yourself free, essentially. You're never gonna truly be able to please everyone in your life. Therefore, you should not be telling everyone your business because you don't know people's true intentions. Like I said, like there's situations where like you could be the nicest person ever, or not even the nicest person. You could be like barely even talk to this person and they'll dislike you for no reason or something they've heard about you, and you can't do anything to like do that. And like if someone doesn't like you, that's okay. Like you don't have to like everybody, you know, you can just not like people, and the sooner you accept that the better. So don't tell your business to everybody just because it could bite you like later in the future. So I would just say keep your business to your closest and trusted friends. Like obviously you can tell people stuff, but not like, I don't know, something sad or traumatic that happened to you like 5 years ago. Whole business thing. One thing I would say, this will keep you almost out of drama like 70 to 80% of the time. Mind your business. Like that's the easiest way to stay out of drama. Unless you're looking for drama, that's a whole nother discussion. But if you're not looking for drama, just stay out of other people's businesses. If you don't want them in yours, stay out of theirs, because that's how you find yourself involved in situations that you shouldn't be. And like some of this stuff, if someone's like, I literally knew you in high school, you did have this stuff, well, that's why I'm making this video, so other people don't make the same mistake. Like I feel like honestly I could be saying this stuff and it could just go out one ear, but you know what, it's at least you can hear this and know like I told you. So honestly, just mind your business. Like it's okay to want to hear the drama sometimes. It's okay to be like, ooh, I did not know that happened, but don't be like spreading it to the entire school. As someone who went to a small school, goes to a small school, I have seen drama be spread in the 5 minutes. I'm going to admit I was a little bit part of that. That's what I'm saying. Don't make the same mistake I did. It was an accident. Yeah, just be careful who you tell stuff, because then they could be telling the wrong. You never know people's true intentions. That's basically what I'm just trying to say here. Time for some bronzer and contour. So moving on to the most requested that I've seen on the internet as a whole, tips on making friends. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying I am very introverted, so this might work best. If you're extroverted, it might just be easier for you to make friends, but if you're more introverted like me, like I was so quiet in grade 9, like I was silent. And I wasn't even silenced too. I was just absolutely silent. Like grade 8, grade 9, did not talk. I mean, I did talk, but I was like a really quiet speaker. Even now, I'm quiet, but I'm just like, I talk more also. So yeah, this is coming from someone who was all those things. One thing that I would just say is remember that everyone who's in high school for the first time is also just starting for the first time. Like, it's very likely that they don't know anyone. They know as much people as you know, which is no one. So sometimes it's gonna take you having to make that first move. And I'm gonna say the truth. Was I the one who made the first move on some of my friends now? No. But I'm just saying sometimes you're just gonna have to be the one who talks to the person sitting next to you. And that's how I made some of my closest friends. I was sitting next to them and I just talked to them in that class. So I would say that's the first tip I would make. Sometimes you're just going to be the one who has to reach out to them. The other thing I would say is, I feel like, okay, like I said, I'm really quiet, or I'm just like I was like really introverted. Like I say was, because I feel like I'm definitely more like outspoken now, but in some situations I can be very quiet. But the thing I would say is like, what I did was, like I was in like probably 2 different, like I've been friends with a lot of different friend groups in high school. So the biggest thing I would say is like I was kind of silent for a while. Well, because I'm someone who like tries to adapt. Like obviously your friends should accept you for who you are, but like you know how sometimes like you can talk to certain friends about certain topics and talk to like some friends I don't talk to certain topics about because they're just not interested in that, and that's okay. Like it's fine to have different friends for different things. Like, so obviously you want to have close friends that you can talk to about everything sometimes, but I'm just saying like one thing I did that was very beneficial was shutting up. Like sometimes it's okay to just not say something and just like absorb where you're at, who you're talking to, you know, understand the social cues, you know. It's okay to just take a step back. Sometimes it's kind of overwhelming, so I just like shut up. It's okay to just not know what's happening and just like in your social battery to like run out. And that's happened to me so many times. So I literally just shut up. Like when I get tired of speaking, I just like become the most introverted person ever. And that's completely okay. But as I was saying, let me get back to my point, is I would say like kind of like make note of this, like someone, if you're not really comfortable, you don't really know like what other people like to talk about or like to speak or how they speak, I would say just shut up and absorb or observe what is around you. Like, I don't know, try and figure out what's like their common interest. That's one thing I did, was just like shut up and try and figure out like, oh, maybe like you have something in common with them, so then you can start talking to them about that. So I would say just be a more observant person. And I feel like this tip works more if you are more introverted. The first one works better if you're more extroverted. So this is a more general tip. It's not really like specifically for if you're introverted or if you're extroverted. Join a club. Going back to what I said in the beginning, not only are clubs good to find out what your like social scene is for high school or just life in general, like where you're interested in, to pursue your hobbies, it's also really good to make friends. Like some of the people I met, like I was able to meet people in other grades because I joined clubs. Like it kind of opens, like it expands your social circle to people you might not even ever think to approach, which I think is really great. So I would just say join a club or just join something, like join a sport. Like I met, or I was able to start talking to a lot of girls that I knew, like in my class, or because I joined the volleyball team in grade 9. So I would just say join as many things, because you never know who you meet, what you'll learn. Okay, so my contour is almost finished. That's pretty much the tips I would give to making friends. I think I might be missing some more. Let me think. Okay, so now I'm just going in with some like pressed powder, or no, loose powder. Okay, so this tip kind of follows in with like a lot of things, and it's kind of just like you would think it's pretty straightforward, but some people don't know this. Don't be fake. Yeah, because I feel like I've encountered some people who are really fake, and like when you're fake, this is how you're not gonna that's literally how to not make friends 101. People will not want to be around you if you're fake. Like just be honest. Like if you don't have to be friends with people if you don't like them, and that's okay. Just be friends with other people. Like don't force the friends you don't want. And also to add on to that, like it might come off as fake, but just like not to me. Like I'm not saying it comes off as fake, but I'm just saying, ooh, what happened there? Like it's okay to grow. Like who you were friends with in grade 9 and freshman year, or even in middle school, aren't going to all translate into high school. And that's okay, because who you are, you're constantly developing and changing like as a person. So like if you don't, like I'm not saying go dump your friends. That's not what I'm saying. Guys, don't go dump your friends. I'm just saying like it's okay if you grow apart naturally. I'm not saying go force your friend and be like, I don't want to be friends anymore. I'm just saying like some people just grow apart naturally, and that's okay. Like I feel like we need to learn to accept when that happens and not force it. That's kind of that's the angle I'm going at. I'm not saying to cut your friends off, guys. Don't go tell people I was saying that. It's not what I was implying. But I'm just saying like life just happens and we grow, and everyone is just constantly growing and learning new things. And part of that is just who you're friends with. Makeup interlude. I have just pat down my makeup by just doing this like around my face just to get that powder blended in. My neck is kind of not the same color, but it's okay because I'm not going anywhere, so I don't really care that much. So I already put a little bit of blush on, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more on. I do not have blush blindness, I swear. Actually maybe I do. Whatever, I'm not going anywhere today. Okay, this advice, I'm just gonna give like speed round advice, just as much as I can think of off the top of my head. This one's kind of advice. This one's also like, it'll annoy other people if you do it. Don't stand in the middle of the hallway when you clearly can see everyone is trying to move. Like, and I mean like with your entire friend group huddled in some sort of circle. It's kind of annoying to everyone else. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to be someone who did that with my friend group, and then we just stopped. And like low-key I do it sometimes, but I'm just saying this from experience. I'm gonna give a little bit of clarification that I'm saying a lot of this stuff from experience. I've either done it or experienced like someone else has done it to me. So I'm telling you, it's annoying. It's all fun and games till someone does it to you and you're late to class. Okay, so I'm gonna do my eyeliner off the camera, but I need my blush. Another thing I would say, this one's kind of just like, people will look at you a little bit weird, and not in like like be proud of, be who you are, it's okay to be, no, it's like kind of weird. Don't date people in your friend group. And I feel like I have friends who are dating people in their friend group, and I feel like it's like a 50-50 chance. Or if you are gonna date someone in your friend group, make sure that you're not gonna like affect everyone else, because like it makes it weird for your friends if you guys break up. It's a little bit weird, you know. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, who are we supposed to side with? I mean, I'll side with the girl 90% of the time. I'll side with the girl, but it just makes it weird. And like I've experienced a friendship, like people dating and they break up. It's kind of awkward. It's like no hate to you, bro, but also like hate to you, you know. It's kind of awkward. And also, once all of y'all start dating, it's gonna start looking like friend-cest. That's what they call it in high school. And I have seen, I was not part of the cest part, but I was part of the friend part. And I've seen it in multiple different groups. Don't be that person. Don't be that group, okay? It's a little bit weird. But you know what, at the end of the day, it's whatever you want. It's a little bit of advice for me. I'm gonna do a little bit of a wing off camera because it's gonna look so bad if I do it on camera. Okay, so this is what my eyeliner looks like today. Why does it look so good today but like trash when I actually want to like go out? Does anyone else have that problem? It's kind of annoying. Okay, so this one's kind of random that I just thought of on the spot. What's my highlighter? Don't be a pygmy. Like, so see, some of this advice is things you would think people would know, but I know people that don't know this, unfortunately. So don't be that girl that pits every other girl against you, you know? Like, just remember what I said earlier, guys. Be kind, be nice. That's all I have to say. Just don't be that person. Because like, also, I feel like it's good to have at least one friend that's a girl, and so you don't pit every single girl against you, you know? Okay, so this is kind of gearing towards just life advice, guys. It's kind of nasty, guys. It's a little bit gross. This one's just more life advice more than any just high school advice. Don't be that person that's super judgmental. Like, see, one thing about high school is it's very much like your mindset, I hope. I'm saying I hope because unfortunately some people peak in high school. And I feel like this is very dependent on your high school experience as well, because not everyone's the same. But like my high school experience has shown me like, just be open-minded because you learn so much. Meet all kinds of people, like just you learn so many things like in high school. So just have an open mind. Like, don't be judgmental because you never know if you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be the one who's going to be judged. So just don't be judging people up and down. It kind of goes with like don't be telling your business because like you kind of expect the treatment that you want to receive, which is like literally the golden rule. Like I said, this is like common sense, guys. Like, but honestly, I feel like if someone had told me this stuff like directly in high school, I would have kind of not made as many mistakes. I finished the final stuff like off camera because my phone crashed. But what I would say is just whoever's watching this, good luck and have a great year, whether that's in this month or that's next month. I'm wishing you the best of luck for your high school. And make sure you guys subscribe and hit the like button.